Hey, whippersnappers, this is Tortimer the Great. Welcome back to another very exciting episode of Pokemon Showdown Little Cup Tortiment. Today we have the second to last episode of the Sweet 16. We only have 2 more sets of battles to go. And today we are going to be seeing the Titans of EpicBigNick going up against Neurion for the right to move into the Elite 8 and take on Red Wolf. Red Wolf has already cinched his spot in the Elite 8. And these 2 competitors are fighting it out to determine who gets to move on and take him down. So, let's see what these 2 guys have in store for us today, shall we? Here we go. Okay, so Neurion leads off with Litwick, the Fire Ghost type, as EpicBigNick leads off with Purr, the Meowth, and Meowth gets a good knockoff on the Litwick before Litwick throws up the Trick Room to switch out, so they both did pretty decent damage to each other there, in the sense that the Trick Room eliminates most of Meowth's advantage with its speed. So, both switch out. Now we have Inkay and the Shellos in there together. For whatever reason, Shellos doesn't have an animated sprite. That's a little odd, but hey, maybe because it's a special version of Shellos? I don't know. Anyway, Auron's going to switch out. Snover's going to come in on the Shellos, getting that hail going. Scald's going to land, but it's not going to be very effective because of the ice typing and grass typing, so it's going to switch out as Hats Jr. comes in into a Wood Hammer. Decent damage for being resisted, so that's not too bad, as Snover switch outs into the Shellos, who's going to take that flamethrower very nicely. Hats is going to take some damage there, Shellos is going to take some damage there, as Hats' speed boost kicks in, although it switches out into the Leafa, who's going to take a Surf, which again, not very effective, so lots of not very effective damage being thrown around here. These guys are doing some good switching around, making sure that they're getting all of their stuff going, as Leafa lands a good hard move on the Inkay, putting it almost within death range of the burn, but lives just enough to come back and get Giga Drained by the Leafa. At which point Snover is going to switch in, Leafa is going to switch out into favorite colors, and the Blizzard's going to land being not very effective, as we've been becoming normal of seeing in this battle. Shellos switches in, Hats switches in, both can take a little bit of hail damage there. Hats throws up that hidden power, which is super effective, but still the Shellos is pretty bulky, so it's not going to do a whole lot of damage there. And Hats is going to start taking some toxic damage as it sets up with some more speed, and then is going to get hailed and go down. So Neurion it brings it 5-5 here as Purr switches in, as Axew switches in on Purr, and going to take that knockoff, the Choice Scarf getting knocked off there, which is going to eliminate any chance of outspeeding the Meowth for the Axew, and going to switch in to Cyberdram, which the superpower is going to be immune. So, Auron is going to come in and take a Shadow Claw, which crits. I've got to imagine that mattered. It didn't kill, but that was some good damage there for the Aron, and so Aron goes down to a second Shadow Claw. Cyberdram is going to keep throwing up that Shadow Claw, just going to kind of try and power through the walls here. Realizes it's not going to do much to the Shellos, switches out back into Leafa, who was the only one who's really able to get any traction for EpicBigNick so far this battle. That Leaf Storm comes up, and even though resisted, does real good damage to the Snover. Now with the 2-time special attack bonus, Leafa could potentially do some good work if it didn't take a nice shard in the face there from the Snover. Snover switches out, Meowth and Axew are now back in, finishing off the Axew with a knockoff there. Alright, so Neurion switches into Shellos at that point. The knockoff doesn't do a ton, but Shellos does lose the Eviolite there, so it's not going to be able to take another one from those from Meowth for sure, as Meowth U-turns out, killing the Shellos and bringing in Cyberdram one more time. Litwick comes in at that point, and EpicBigNick's going to switch into the Gibble, and Gibble's going to throw up the Earthquake, finishing off the Litwick, leaving Neurion just with his Snover here, who's already pretty beat up, and EpicBigNick still has 4 Pokemon left. The Ice Shard is going to be missed because of the Protect, and then the Ice Shard is going to land here. Not going to be enough to finish off the Gibble, and Snover is going to go down. So a very close back and forth for these 2 competitors, as they had a lot of switching early on, and EpicBigNick just able to get the upper hand there and take Neurion down in battle number 1. So EpicBigNick takes battle number 1. Let's see what they've got in store for us in battle number 2. Here we go. Alrighty guys, battle number 2. Neurion switched up his team a little bit here. EpicBigNick decided to stick with what was working for him, and Neurion leads off with the Onix as Purr begins trying to chip away at Onix's defenses there. Onix gets the Stealth Rocks up, which is going to help a bit, and then throws the Dragon Pulse up at the Gibble. Not going to do enough, though, not even a 2-hit KO, and Gibble is going to finish Onix off with the Earthquake. At which point Chikorita switches in and is going to get the Giga Drain off, finishing off the Gibble, so that works out pretty nicely. But Hatch Jr. then switches back in, forcing the Chikorita out, and Finneon switches into a flamethrower. You don't see Finneon used ever. Is Finneon? I don't even know. I didn't realize Finneon was a Little Cup Pokemon. I didn't know it had an evolution. I know nothing about that Pokemon. But Hans Jr. gets a super effective hidden power off before getting hit with the Surf and going down, at which point Leafa switches in. Finneon's going to come out as Slugma switches into that. The Giga Drain not doing a whole lot there. It'd be kind of funny if you Giga Drained on a... Wow. You Giga Drained on a fire Pokemon if it actually did damage to the grass Pokemon or something like that. But Slugma finishes off Leafa with a flamethrower there as Chikorita switches in on the Shellos. Shellos is going to throw up the Protect, so the Energy Ball is going to miss, but this next one does land. I think that's a Reflect that's up. Yeah, because the light screen is yellow. The Reflect goes down, though. Wasn't really impacting the Energy Ball at all, though, and Chikorita, though, thanks to the light screen, is able to take a Ice Beam. Wow, words. Able to take the Ice Beam there without too much trouble, and they're just continuing to kind of heal off each other and Giga Draining and recovering and all of that. So these two able to withstand each other for the most part there. The light screen goes down and Neurion continues battling through with the Energy Ball. Not worried about the Ice Beam coming his way, thinking he's got the EpicBigNick Shellos on the ropes. Just trying to keep the damage going there. The Toxic definitely going to help with this whole stall war here, but the Ice Beam getting through without the light screen there, able to do good damage to the Chikorita as it finishes off the Shellos this turn. So there we go, Chikorita versus Shellos, 1 to Chikorita. Purr then switches in, Honedge is going to come in to take that Aerial Ace, doesn't do a whole lot, but the knockoff shirt certainly is going to, as Meowth finishes off the Honedge. Slugma then comes in at that point. I'm surprised Slugma doesn't have Flame Body or something that would have burned the Meowth just innately, but able to get the Will-O-Wisp up, which is going to cripple the physical Meowth just a little bit. Chikorita then switches into an Aerial Ace. The crit probably mattered there considering the burn, and Chikorita went down. Chingling then going to come in on the Meowth. The Meowth not able to do a ton of damage to the Chingling, but Finneon's going to come in to take the U-turn. So good prediction there by Neurion. Neurion throw the Surf up against Cyber Draymond, and Cyber Draymond is going to finish off the Finneon with a Shadow Claw. At which point the Future Sight lands and is going to do some damage to Cyber Draymond. I didn't even see that get set up. The Chingling must have done that when it was in, and I totally missed it. But Chingling going to take a Shadow Claw this time and go down. Okay, so these guys provided me 3 links, so I assumed that somebody had won one, somebody had won the other, and then somebody won the third. But it looks like EpicBigNick won all 3 of these. I was like, wait a second, did I put these out of order? Because the way... we had some issues getting the links from these guys because only one of them... So Neurion uploaded one of the replays and sent me the link for it, and then EpicBigNick actually... There's now an option to download the replays, which will put a file on your computer, and so I had to get them to email me those files and stuff like that, because if you download them, I can't access them unless you send me the actual file. And so I was like, well, maybe I just put them out of order because I wasn't really sure necessarily what order they went in. But no, EpicBigNick won all 3 battles. But they did send me the 3rd battle, and it looks like it was a fun one. So let's go ahead and jump in it real quick, and then we'll move EpicBigNick into the bracket, because why not? We have it here. I have it in an open tab. Let's check it out. Alrighty guys, bonus battle number 3 between EpicBigNick and Neurion, as EpicBigNick leads off with Aipom, Neurion leads off with Bulbasaur, and Bulbasaur going down with the 1-2 punch with the Fake Out and the Fire Punch from the Aipom. Aipom then able to land the Fire Punch on the Deerling. Deerling able to get the good jump kick off though and do some decent damage to the Aipom before Griffel's going to U-turn on out there. EpicBigNick switches into the Dratini and Neurion throws out the Clauncher. Clauncher going to throw up that Dragon Pulse up against Dratini, which is going to do some good damage, as a little bit of toxic damage ticks down on itself. Dratini then going to rest up, though, but that Dragon Pulse doing some pretty good damage. I bet the Clauncher able to finish off the Dratini, but not before it wakes up, because it's got the Shed Skin, which wakes it up a turn early there, able to wake up and rest off the damage before going down to another Clauncher Dragon Pulse. Will the Shed Skin work again for it? Will it wake up by the end of the round? No, it does not, so Dratini going to switch out, leaving Clauncher to Water Jet up against the Aqua Plate. Aqua Plate? Plate, Bronzor. I was looking at, I said Water Jet, it's Aqua Jet. I was looking at the, anyway. Bronzor able to take out the Togepi with a quick flash cannon. Badoo also coming in, getting psychicked by the Bronzor, so Neurion's favorite going down pretty quickly. The Water Pulse doing nothing to the Bronzor as it throws up another flash cannon to finish off the Amora. And then Clauncher switches in with the Dragon Pulse. Again, not going to be able to do very much to the Bronzor. Able to resist pretty much everything Neurion's throwing up in this third and final battle and just wait out the toxic damage. So, there we go. A third bonus episode from these guys just because they felt like battling. So, there we go. EpicBigNick takes it in 2 battles. I guess technically 3 to cap it off there. EpicBigNick would be the winner over Neurion. And that is going to move EpicBigNick into the Elite 8. So he will be taking on Red Wolf. And those 2 competitors will be going at it. So we only have 1 more slot open in the Elite 8. Next episode will be Aaron Cerise versus David Kahn. And we will see who is the victor of that bout. And then we will move into the Elite 8. So, for those of you guys who already have your opponents, feel free to start coordinating, guys. Red Wolf and EpicBigNick, Scad and Klungar, and Nougat and myself. I think I've already kind of touched base with Nougat. We're going to try and battle sometime this next week. I'm out all weekend. But for anybody who has got their assignments now, feel free to start doing your battles. Send those to me. Make sure you upload the replays as opposed to download them and send them to me. Preferably in some sort of order so I don't have to guess. Yeah, you guys know the drill. You've all made it through at least 1 battle at this point. Some of you 2. So we will see you guys there. But anyway, yeah, so if you're in the Elite 8, send me that information. Next episode, I've already put together the consolation bracket. I spent a little bit of time the other night putting all of that together. So next episode I will show that as well. And then we can get the consolation bracket going as well. We probably will hold off on doing most of the consolation bracket episodes until we get the champion of the champion bracket, or the winner of the champion bracket, and then we'll go through the consolation bracket. And once we get the winners of both brackets together, then we'll do the final match for the title. But yeah, anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Special thanks to EpicBigNick and Neurion for participating in the tournament and taking the time out, especially I know EpicBigNick's been a little busy this summer, so finding the time to get together and do some fun battles, I appreciate your guys' support. So thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Tortimer the Great, and you guys have been great. Make sure that those likes, comments, subscriptions for me, guys, and I'll see you all back here next time. Alrighty guys, have a good one.